What's going on, everybody? It's RGB here. So in this video, we are taking a look at the Windows 11 native OS running on an Android device. Recently, I managed to install Windows on ARM on this Redmi Note 9 Pro in dual boot mode, and surprisingly, it actually boots and works. And if you missed that full setup video, do check out the cards above or the link in the description. So in this video, I'm going to show you the complete experience, including the performance, what works, what doesn't, and also whether this setup is actually usable or just a cool experiment. Both the OS are installed on dual boot. Even though this phone has only 64 GB of storage, about 32 GB is assigned to Android, and the other 30 GB to Windows. As usual, now let's boot into the Windows system using M3K Helper. The root permission is already granted for this. Now let's quickly boot into Windows 11. I'll fast forward this process. And there we go, it's loaded. And this is basically the regular Windows ARM version, which you already see on Snapdragon X Elite laptops these days. The same Windows ARM version is running natively here, not x86 or x64. The device sensors normally work using the Qualcomm drivers, including the touch inputs and so on. When it comes to connectivity, it normally works with Wi-Fi, and you can even connect input devices via Bluetooth. Like here, I connected the mouse and the keyboard as well. It will directly use the Qualcomm drivers. And when it comes to the performance, you already know about this phone. It's powered by the Snapdragon 720G, running on only 4 GB RAM, which is pretty low these days, and the Adreno 618 GPU. I'll also test that in this video. Let's take a look at the GPU specs. You can see its name, BIOS version. This GPU only supports up to DirectX 11 with 256 shader cores, the GPU driver version, and GPU clock speeds as usual. Well, it still lacks proper driver support on this native Windows version. Right now, it's running on the old Windows 11 21H2 ARM-based build. Now let's talk about the software experience with app usage. You can normally install and use apps. You can install Windows native ARM programs and x86-based programs as usual. Here, I already installed some apps. You can normally install and use web browsers like Chrome, and the experience is pretty decent and smooth, even with low memory. Coming to the video playback, let's check different resolutions. On 1080p 60, you can see the video decoding usage. Now on 2K, it's still fine. Now let's try 4K, and of course it's still holding up well. Alright, now it's time to test some more GPU-intensive tasks. Here I'm installing the DirectX-based libraries via MSI Afterburner on ARM. Alright, so here I have already copied some games onto this SD card, so let's put it into the phone. Alright, it got detected. Now let's begin with the NVIDIA demo benchmark. This is based on DirectX 11, which creates a realistic simulation of the pendulum motion. You can also see the GPU usage, and it's maxed out. Now let's test some games to see whether they will work or not. Also, do follow the timestamps mentioned below, and if you are new to this channel, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Alright, so as you can see, it's working really well. This game is based on DirectX 9C and uses the NVIDIA PhysX driver to run the game. There is a glitch in full screen mode, but actually it's running at 720p resolution.
Grab all the ammo you can carry. This might be our last chance.
Now let's jump to the next one, Tomb Raider 2013. Everything here is set to 720p with low preset quality. It runs perfectly fine, even on this low-end Snapdragon hardware. Well, I know this Renegade Windows 11 project is limited to some devices, but you can still run these titles using Windows emulators on Android as a layer, which currently provide better driver support and FPS performance. Now let's try running this at the maximum resolution of this display. If I try to enable tessellation and high precision, it crashes. Now let's test the GTA 5 Lite version, which is ported by Opti projects. Alright, and there we go, it's loaded. But it's laggy. It's still not using 100% of its actual full power. But if we try running the same game through emulation on this low RAM device, it crashes even at this resolution. So the native ARM port is actually holding this game up surprisingly well. And when it comes to other features, there are a couple more things. You can also take a look at the device manager where you can see all the drivers, like the display driver, processor, storage devices, and camera devices based on the Qualcomm ISP driver. For audio, it's using the Qualcomm driver as well. Most of these drivers are used directly by this device's hardware. This is not running through remote desktop or emulation. If you still can't believe it, well, I'm sorry. Now let's check out the camera. I'm sure it might work because the Qualcomm camera ISP driver is already installed. Well, unfortunately, it's not working, or maybe it's not optimized yet. Let's try checking it online. Still, it's not working. Even though the camera device driver is installed, it may only work with at least one camera sensor in the future. But sadly, no. So, overall, this is the Windows 11 ARM version, running natively on this Redmi Note 9 Pro on dual boot. Now let's boot back into Android once again. And honestly, it's quite impressive to see a full desktop operating system running directly on a smartphone. Right. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this Windows on Android project in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more tech content like this. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.